Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. This one is going to be on Vaxart. This is a biopharmaceutical company that is working on a pill form for multiple vaccines, including the coronavirus. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. This company has a market capitalization of 970 million, which is fairly cheap for what they're trying to achieve. They have a current stock price of $6.93 and have been quite volatile in just honestly the past, I want to say past year. We look here, they've been volatile throughout their whole history. Going back, they've been around since 1986, so quite an old company. In 85, they were, even 1985. 1985, it looks like they hit a peak of $115. In 2004, this went up all the way to $1,000, and in current years, it was as low as 30 cents. I'm not really too interested in what happened before. I'm more interested in what this stock is going to do. A very popular expression in the stock market is, it doesn't matter stock where it's been, it matters where it's going, and I think that's pretty important too. So it had a pretty crazy April. If we look here, it was around a $5 stock and shot all the way up to 10 at the end of the month and has since dropped quite substantially. So why is this going on? We will get into it. If we look at some of the articles here, it says, Motley Fool, Vaxart's vaccine candidate is a pill, not a shot, doesn't matter. Yes, people would prefer to avoid the pain. Yeah, pretty obvious there. Motley Fool is pretty well credited to being a pretty reputable source in the investing community. Vaxart has 3 advantages over Pfizer and Moderna. Another good article. We're not really going to get into those. Not really too much about my bullish thesis on this stock. Why Vaxart is surging. Motley Fool is really trying to capture this Vaxart crowd and be the Vaxart go-to guy for the news. Another Motley Fool. Why they shares popped 78% in April. And yeah, it has been on quite the tear. It was actually more than that, about 100 if you bought in at the lows of April. Vaxart is starting to surge as its oral vaccine can potentially trigger immunity against variants. So it will cover against South African variants. I'm not sure the other couple variants, but it will provide full immunity, which is great over other ones. We look here, just a bunch of positive articles coming out about the stock, and yet it has fallen almost 40% since its highs. I think it just kind of got a little overheated, people reacting too positively to the news. And even if you are making a bunch of vaccines for the country, and doesn't mean that you're going to be making a lot of money or that your stock price will go up substantially. If you look at Pfizer, when they initially got approved, we can pull it up here, their stock has not really done as you would think it has for releasing such a substantial amount of vaccines. We look here, it's down for the day, and for the year, you could have picked this up at the same price in December 2020. Oh, that's only 1 year, 5 years. Yeah, you could have picked this up for more expensive in 2018. You would think this stock would be on a tear, but a lot of people are having fear around a lot of patents because they are a big company that not only in the coronavirus research field, and just like this company, they are not only going after the coronavirus vaccine. My bullish thesis has honestly nothing to do with the coronavirus vaccine. I could care less if they completed their goals on creating a coronavirus vaccine. What I care about is their plans to make a pill form of the flu vaccine, which is highly profitable and has been for decades. We look here, just in the US alone, there is 198 to 100 or 194 to 198 flu vaccines in 2021, which is a bad year for flu vaccines because most people didn't want to go out and get them. This number is easily well over 250 million a year. And that's only in the US. If they make a pill form of the flu vaccine, one, it won't have to be refrigerated, it won't have to be kept in cryogenic containers, it can be kept room temperature, which cuts down costs dramatically. And also, it will be much more profitable because making pills will be much more cost effective and they can have higher margins. If you look here, these are just the amount of doses distributed, added by week. You can see not many people are getting them recently, only going up by about 100,000 in the past couple weeks. But this is just a huge total addressable market opportunity if they're able to capitalize on their trials for the flu vaccine. If you do some of the numbers, if they just make $4 from each pill and they distribute 250 million just in the US, that is $1 billion in revenue and sales. $1 billion. And I think they're making a lot more than $4 per pill. If we look here at the statistics, we can take a look at some of the information. They currently do not make money, but are projected to be at a forward PE of 45, which is quite high. If we get in further into the numbers, they don't have a trailing P because they're not making earnings currently. If we look into the numbers, the operating margin, obviously, they're not making money. Their short position is enormous, which is part of the reason why it has been quite volatile in the coming months and honestly throughout their history. Like I said, there's almost a 30% short float, and outstanding is over 20%. Anything over 5%, in my opinion, is quite substantially high. If you have 5% of the people in the stock wanting it to go down, that's pretty high. Like, why would just go try and go make money elsewhere? Don't be a short. But 20% of the people think that this will go down over time and is just overvalued. Which, if they don't deliver on the coronavirus vaccine or the influenza, it will be. But if they're able to hit on either of them, this is vastly undervalued. My biggest bullish thesis, besides the pill form of the flu vaccine, is their total cash on hand. They have over a tenth of their total market capitalization in cash. They have $157 million in cash. $157 million. And their debt is $6 million. They can pay down their debt and still have $150 million to buy. They can buy another small pharmaceutical company if they really wanted to, who's making other vaccines for influenzas or other projects that could make them revenue in the future. That they are not going to run the well dry anytime soon, and they can continue to try and just innovate in the field and really hit home on their promises of a pill form of these two common viruses. So that was just kind of my bullish thesis on Vaxart. If you are interested, please do some more research. And if you made it this far, give me a like, subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on Vaxart, ticker symbol VXRT, in the comment section below. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.